A chest got the cold open. Welcome, acolytes, to the Temple of Clothis. I am the High Priest of Clothis, aspiring spike. And wait, do not adjust your screen. Yes, that's a deck with 37 creatures and no blue mana, but you're in the right place. We're playing Naya Squirrelblade today. So praise Clothis and pass the equipment. It's time to get more trophies. You can help. You can help too. Just like, follow, sub, gift a sub, hit the bell, sign up for CFB Pro to read my amazing content. If you do, I'll make Clothis and Athena happy. Fruitfly, happy anniversary, 1 year. It's awesome. I really liked this deck yesterday. We went 4-1, losing a match to Ad Nauseam. I'm keeping the 75 the same. I think that I've got a really good first draft here. I don't think that there's another tutor target that I'm really missing from the sideboard, but I do think maybe if you feel like the combo decks are just your worst matchups, maybe you could main deck the Gaddock Teeg or something. But what I really like about Naya over the Jeskai version is one, you have a lot more one drops, where I know I wasn't playing Ragavan in the Jeskai variant, but Ragavan's also worse if you don't play Stoneforge Mystic. Bada, 15 months, welcome back, appreciate you. But just having 12 1-mana cards that generate you mana, I feel I know that we're an 80 card deck, but I feel like that feels like a really good number to be on. Just having that better early game, and then that acceleration also makes your recruiter so much better when you compare this to the Jeskai variant I was playing before. Just that all 12 accelerants make your recruiter so much better. The recruiter adds so much consistency to your deck, and if you're green, you also get access to Eladamri's Call. I'm only playing 3. I think you could easily play 4, but I feel 7 of these tutor effects feels like the sweet spot for 80 cards. Alex, thank you for 3 months. Appreciate you. You don't really want to draw 2 or 3 of these early. But just having 7 lets you pretty easily find your silver bullet, win the cards in some matchups like Gaddock Teeg, Sanctum Prelate, Sanctifier, en-Vec, Kataki, Toski. Toski also just this card crushes fair decks, absolutely crushes them, and is very good I think in a Recruiter Stoneforge Mystic deck. Yeah, I'm just running it back from yesterday. We went 4-1 again, losing a close one to Ad Nauseam, but the deck was it seemed very good to me yesterday, or at least seemed good enough that I just wanted to run it back. One thing is I'm just kind of testing the sort of Hearth and Home. I don't know that it's actually good. It felt fine yesterday, and if it's not good in this deck, the card is just not going to be a playable modern card. But I feel like it's got enough upside to at least keep trying it. Let's keep. It's a weird hand, but we have a turn 1 Vial. We also have Ephemerate Solitude. I think it's a keep. Do you feel like Lurrus in the main board of Jund is playable? No, I think there are way better options than Lurrus in the main deck. Yeah, I think there's way better options besides Lurrus for actual spells you can play in Jund. I don't think Lurrus, of course, the strength is not playing it as a companion. The strength is, or sorry, not the strength is playing it as a companion, not just putting it in your deck. Do you have a Rakdos Channeler Croxa deck in the works? A little bit, yeah. I have been thinking about it for a little while. Do I Solitude this? Oh no, I didn't realize I was F6'd. I was probably supposed to Solitude this. Oh, never mind. They didn't have the Undying Evil. Never mind. Love that. They exiled Dark Confidant too.
What's up? It's me, your friend, dude. Aspiring Spike.
I guess I'm going to play out Wall of Omens here. It's kind of bad against Fatal Push, though. I'm going to get a basic Plains because we are a Magus of the Moon deck. I've looked into Lurrus Hammer Time post MH2. I've seen some lists. I did try to build it very briefly, but I wasn't necessarily super happy with it. So I think I'm going to go Recruiter for Charming Prince here. Let me get Basic Forest. Cognac, 12 months. Appreciate you. Welcome back. And then I think I'm going to go Charming Prince my Recruiter and get a Toski. On their turn, probably. Not this open mana. Cognac, 1 year. Andre, 10 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, Grief with Bob is a little sus, I agree. Chest shoveling some coal, getting the hype train going. Let's go. Awake today. I'm feeling good. I just did a cube draft with my friends last night, which was really fun. Okay. Do I still want to get... I could get Felidar Guardian. I feel like Toski is pretty good, though. Toski, like, how do they ever beat Toski? I guess I should get another Recruiter and then recruit for Toski and just cast Toski attack. Seems like some good value. Recruiter for Recruiter is just good value. Toski! Let's go. I've been really impressed with this deck so far. How was the cube deck? It was pretty good. It was like missing some stuff, but it was like a mono blue Tinker deck with Bolas of Citadel. I had Time Walk, Mox Ruby, Chrome Mox, Time Walk, Mox Ruby, Chrome Mox, Tinker, Mystical Tutor, and Vampiric Tutor for my Tinker. I also had like Tendrils as my main win condition, but my real win condition ended up being like Hull Breacher, Time Twister. But I was also like a little light on like artifacts, and I was like a little light on cantrips. So the deck wasn't perfect, but it was probably like a 7 out of 10. I was pretty happy with it. Let's go ahead and tick up. Maybe we'll just combo them next turn. Don't have any white swords in the deck. I think I'm just gonna grab Kaldra. I think that Kaldra just like puts so much pressure on them to kill my Stoneforge Mystic, and then they got Batterskull, and then it's like if we do that, we can probably set up to combo next turn because we can go Vial and Kiki, copy Recruiter, get Felidar Guardian, win. Sean converting a Prime Gaming sub to tier 1 and also subscribing for 8 months. The irresponsible for me to try to build Grixis Shadow with only 1 Blood Crypt? I don't think so. I think that'd be fine. Alright. So they're gonna hit me, kill my Stoneforge Mystic, but are they gonna have a mana up? I guess I should have put Yorion in my hand too. Kind of forgot about that. We only need 1 white source here. Yeah, they're just dead. I guess they could have Force of Despair. Any consideration to a 25th land? Yeah, I was kind of thinking about it. I think 24 feels like a good number, but I think if you could play 25. It's like in between those two. You also get to draw infinite cards. So we're playing against Griefblade, which is a deck, kind of. Gabo. Oh, we do have a pro white sword, sort of Hearth and Home. What am I saying? It's kind of out of habit, so we don't have a pro white sword, but we do. Should have got that. Our baby is named after the first Planeswalker card to ever be spoiled. It should be Garruk Wildspeaker, right? I think that, I mean, I'm not the best trivia player, but I think that sounds right to me. I think I probably want the 4th Solitude. Probably want 1 Night of Autumn. Probably don't want the Magus of the Moon. Probably want Feast and Famine over. No, the Pro White Sword actually seemed pretty good. Yeah, I'll just leave the Feast and Famine at home. Just sideboard like this. Colby, 2 months, welcome back, appreciate you. Up grind at 9 AM, carrying the game every single morning. I was thinking about this the other day. I know that in like 2019, I took 1 Friday off because I went to a wedding with Esther. And then, I take weekends off sometimes, or at least 1 day a weekend most weeks. But as far as like the Monday through Friday stuff, I think in the entire time I've been streaming, I think I've missed 1 day. I can't think of another day I've missed besides just that one. I was out of town with Esther weekend. What would you cut for the 25th land? 3rd Cryptic or the 3rd Force? I don't know. Have to think more about it. This hand seems a little slow on the draw. Even though mulliganing in this matchup is not super ideal. Give me that 7-card hand back. Oh, we have a turn 1 monkey, so everything is fine. I think I'll put back the bird. Hey, Hoof. You will live. Ragavan, you're going to live. No. I was right. Turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic is pretty bad, though. I guess we can go Eladamri's Call for Solitude, pitch Ephemerate. It's like, so we are so in on a mold of 5. Like, I'm kind of into it. I don't know. Mark, thank you for gifting, converting Prime Gaming sub to tier 1 sub. I don't know what a Prime Gaming sub is, but thank you, buddy. Yeah, the next few weeks I'm gonna start getting like I do have a trip planned next month with some friends to go camping, so I probably am gonna be taking like a long weekend next month. But until then, I'm gonna be going kind of hard. Alex, thank you for your subscription as well. Appreciate all the love and support this morning for some Toski Blade. Is that Dimir Luris Valkyrie Bring to Light deck you made still viable? I've been playing a different variant of a very similar deck the last couple days, and we might play some more. It's a it's kind of transitioned to be base Bant instead of base Sultai because Prismatic Ending is a bit better than Push at the moment. And then you also get to play the Brainstone Terminus package, which I feel like fits pretty well into the archetype. Land would be really nice. Just Solitude into Yorion. There we go. There we go. I think I get a Plains. Probably doesn't matter too much, because either way, if our bird dies, we're not going to be able to cast something. If our bird lives, we can cast anything. Yeah, pitch Yorion to Solitude is Splinter Twin. It's happened a bunch, or it happened like twice yesterday. This is only our second league with the deck. Maul of the Skyclave. Pi, thank you for the raid, dude. I saw on Twitter you're having some blackouts. I obviously know how tough that is. Hope everything gets smoothed out, buddy. You probably should just attack with Spirit, right? No attacks. Kind of wild. I'm just gonna, so let's cast Eladamri's Call. I think I'm getting Recruiter. A deck tech for Ting. White red taxes. Humans and taxes. Cool idea. Like it. Give me a little more time to digest. So we can, Skyclave probably doesn't do enough. We could get Giver of Runes. We could get Stoneforge Mystic. Oh yeah, Stoneforge Mystic seems great here. To get Hearth and Home, start flickering Solitude. The only card I kind of like, the only card I kind of think doesn't fit super well is maybe the Lightning Bolts. I feel like I would just be playing. I played the four copies of Skyclave before I played any bolts in this deck, and like kind of lean on that being your main removal spell. I think maybe slide in some copies of Lightning Bolts. Maybe slide in some copies of Lightning Bolts. That being said, I feel like the rest of the list looks pretty good to me. I might not main deck the Daredevil. I do like main decking the Magistrate with your Elite Spellbinder package. Might play like a third Spyro. Spyro's like pretty good in these like Aether Vial. In Aether Vial decks, you get to discard extra vials. Could maybe main deck Sanctum Prelate. I like the deck. I guess is my main note too. I like the idea, but that's kind of the big thing is I would max out on Skyclaves before playing any bolts. Could maybe play. Did you have a Forge-Tender? Forge-Tender might be good. Okay. Alright, we have a turn 1 monkey. What decks do I usually have the most fun with? Just kind of decks that I get to make a ton of decisions with. Oh, we're playing against Phoenix? Awesome. I'm assuming because we're playing against Giganta, Arid Mesa. It seems like people are picking up the Phoenix deck. I feel like when I was playing it, I don't know. It seemed like maybe people weren't as believing in it as much as I was believing in it. But then like Ross and Gab were like, yeah, I like the Phoenix deck. So I'm hoping that I see more people picking it up, maybe improving upon it a bit. I feel like we probably have a bad game 1 matchup, but then in sideboard games we get access to 4 Auriok Champions and a Sanctifier en-Vec, which is probably pretty good. I think I'm playing Wall of Omens on turn 2 here. Basic Plains was a good draw. Oh, Prelate too, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, opponent's playing Jinganta. It looks like they're playing the Phoenix list I put together recently. It's a mono-red Phoenix deck. Plays Jinganta kind of incidentally. Doesn't come up most games, but does come up every game that comes down to top decks, of course. Have I ever played Tron? Yeah, I've played Tron a few times. I actually very famously, or infamously perhaps, for my partner celebration stream, I played mono green Tron with my opponent's side of the field completely blocked out. I couldn't see any of my opponents. I couldn't see any of their permanents, and I just played it blind. It was really fun. Are Bedlam's worth in the mono red deck? I wasn't super happy. So like with Faithless Salvaging and Dragon Rage's Channeler, I found myself not really running out of cards that often. And then, like, Reveler is, like, a little clunky in some of my hands. But you absolutely could play. You absolutely could play Reveler. Should I Ephemerate the Stoneforge Mystic to just gain a life here? I think I should. I think that 1 life matters a lot. I don't know if there's a VOD of that. I mean, there was at one point, but it was a long time ago at this point. Down to 6. Ugh. Gonna be a close one. Yeah, didn't draw anything relevant. Just passing it back. Clinching up. Dying to lightning bolts. Dying to another Phoenix. What do you think of Faithless Salvaging? I think it's. I wrote a whole article for Channel Fireball about it. There's also I just made a video for Channel Fireball playing the mono red Phoenix deck. You can check out a video on that too now. But salvaging I think is a really good enabler for Phoenix. It does a lot. Its card advantage if you're hellbent is definitely a big aspect of it. I feel like I'm supposed to sort of Fire and Ice here. Probably better to just cast and equip rather than so we can leave this back as another blocker. I don't. Am I supposed to kill the Phoenix? I think so, since like their ground creatures don't matter as much. Oh yeah, I also feel like they should have attacked with the Phoenix. Yeah, I feel like that was maybe a small misplay. I don't know how I missed that too. I feel like that was maybe a small misplay on their part, just to attack with the Phoenix. It's just a small sequencing issue. But yeah, I've been really happy with salvaging. If my opponent has Lava Dart here, I guess they would have killed me if they had attacked. Yeah, I think that they maybe made some mistakes there. So we get the Sanctum Prelate, and then we get these cards here. Maybe I have too many sideboard cards, although like Lava Dart decks are probably like, death for us. So it's like I think it probably makes sense to like heavily sideboard to have a good matchup against them. Probably setting up the sort of Hearth and Home, just playing 3 equipments, and then do I want Solitude number 4? I probably do want Solitude number 4. Can maybe cut the Eternal Witness. Could maybe cut a Birds of Paradise. Got a bird. I feel like this matchup should be tough on your paper. Well, the thing is, it's like game 1 is tough, I think. Although we got lucky, and I think our opponent didn't play super well, like got attacking with the Phoenix. But I think in game 2 and 3 we have a ton of really, really impactful sideboard cards. So I would say that we're probably unfavored game 1 and then favored games 2 and 3. Why rough? Just they're for a few different reasons. Like they're very fast. Their removal lines up really well against our creatures. And the flying from Phoenix is also like a big problem, I think. Excuse me. Keep this. Kind of weird, the Rugged Prairie Eladamri's Call draw that we have. I think we're still supposed to keep. Knight of Autumn, probably not worth it. I feel like having a tutor target that can gain life is kind of nice as just like a one of. Do you find it easier to play against decks that I brewed up? I guess so, yeah. I would say so. Just because I, you know, if I put the list together, I understand it better than the deck I didn't. Yeah, that's also the nice thing about Yorion and your opening in your as your companion. You just get to always have it on turn 1. All right, so let's get Plains with this, then Forest with the Foothills. Then Sanctum Prelate should be really, really good. We even have Giver of Runes to protect Sanctum Prelate, but, you know, Prelate kind of protects itself, though. But although if they can get Delirium here, that, you know, two Channelers has like been incredibly strong whenever I've been playing their deck. Like you can dump like 20 plus cards into your graveyard with Channeler on turn 2 if you have yeah. My opponent has a very good chance of bringing back a bunch of Phoenixes. They kept a card on top. I actually feel like if I was in their spot, there's almost no card I would keep in top besides exactly Manamorphose. Okay. So it looks like they had Manamorphose, maybe. There's like really no other card I'd keep on top besides Manamorphose because I just want to be like digging for Lava Darts and Phoenixes here. They keep another card on top. Yeah, Prelate's going on 1. Probably. If Prelate's because they're more common, could Dismember be a valuable sideboard option? Yes, I think so. I think so. Am I playing the fantastic, formerly banned Naya Powerhouse of Wild and Cattle? Not in this version, no. Yep. Phoenix deck is so good. We need them to only hit 1 Phoenix here. They've been a salvaging. They also have not played a land this turn. They only found 1 Phoenix. Do you have a list for the Phoenix deck? Yeah, so you can find it in the Stream Decker, on my Twitter, and also on Channel Fireball. I don't think I have a command for that one. But yeah, I've been hyping it up a bunch. I like the deck a lot. Could you play Creeping Chill? I thought about it. I hope not. I hope that doesn't end up being good. So I can find the exile all red cards from my opponent's graveyard card with this, and then that shrinks these guys. And I could do that in combat after they attack and block both of them. Like, I'm probably dead, but I think that's what I'm doing here. Vil, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, Creeping Chill with DRC does sound really good, but I hate Creeping Chill. It's my least favorite card in Magic, but I should probably try to make it work. So you could also play Unmarked Grave, which is pretty cool. $5 for deck tech and $5 to start up the Monkey Savings Fund. Thank you, Tab. Whenever you're ready for the deck tech, I'll take a look. Yeah, this is a pretty cool line. We obviously could be dead. Just dead to like any burn spell. They have 3 cards in their hand. Where's my Sanctify? There we go. But if we get to untap, we're doing pretty good. We get to just eat both of these. John Phoenix, Veil, Creeping Chill. Yeah. But the problem is, it's like, if this is like a really good deck, like, I should probably just put my ego aside and try to find the good deck, you know? Unholy Heat, Giver of Runes. Ooh, can they get Delirium back? They need to hit a creature or a sorcery. Oh no, this just stays in play and keeps exiling their stuff. Yeah. Don't need to give anything pro-red. All of our guys already have pro-red. Jeskai Urza, cool. This has been something I've been thinking about like a little bit. I was kind of thinking more like blue-red and just getting to like actually play like counterspell and stuff. Are dead to lightning bolt here. Ragavan, ending. Like one thing, like the biggest problem with these decks is the lack of interaction. So what you can, oh, they have Lava Dart. Oh, Lava Dart gets exiled. Lava Dart gets exiled, so we have a chance to win. We'd have to draw something though, because the Phoenix is just gonna get us. Ephemerate. Ephemerate gains us 1 life, so I think we're just exactly dead here. Unfortunately, can't play an equip or 1 short. Deck stats on screen. You added a deck to the screen. What? I have no idea how I did this. I have no idea how that happened. Is that... Wait, hold on. When I open the link, is that what happens? It goes to the screen? I don't know. We lose this game, I think. Right? We can go up to 3, just die. Yeah, but my biggest issue with these decks is the lack of interaction that they play. So maybe it's important to play cards like main deck Pithing Needle, and then perhaps you're going to want to play like Galvanic Blast or Dispatch. Maybe both. Maybe like a split. I guess the list is maybe pretty difficult at that point. And maybe that's why you just don't play the Stoneforge Mystic package, to find room for more interaction. I get to be on the play. Close game. Sanctifier seems great against them, so that's a good sideboard card if this deck ever gets popular. Oh, you have the Prismatic Endings. I see. I missed those. Maybe that's enough. Also, I also kind of feel like I'd rather play Dispatch than Prismatic Ending in this deck. Although that could be wrong, because Dispatch is not usually live on turn 1. Maybe just something to think about. I probably would play Vandal Blast over Hurkyl's Recall. It's at least been my like philosophy recently. Let's keep this a little ways away from Eternal Witness with this hand, though. I feel like sideboard looks pretty good. Just maybe Vandal Blasts instead, like maybe just 4 Vandal Blasts instead of Wear Tear and Hurkyl's Recall. I've been liking Vandal Blast a lot. Just kind of some loose thoughts there. These decks are really hard to build, and I've been, you know, admittedly struggling to build them myself. Is there an aggro Boros Stoneforge deck? You could probably build one. Format's pretty open. Good to take a peek at my 75 for tonight. Yeah. You can post Mastermind, Mike. Not sure exact. I feel like we should probably be recruiting for Sanctifier. We could maybe get like. Maybe, I guess we can't get Solitude. Could get another Auriok Champion. Sanctifier just seems so good against them. Am I playing any Paper Magic tonight? I played some Paper Magic last night. Did some Paper Cube draft with friends, but honestly, Friday night has been, you know, really my only night to hang out with Esther recently, so don't think I'll be playing too many more FNMs. Grixis Control Pioneer. So I'll give you what opinions I can, but I have not been deep in the trenches of Pioneer lately. One thing I usually find is that Kroxa is kind of difficult to play in like your blue-based counterspell decks, and you should like it's like shines a bit more if you're playing like a Thoughtseize type shell, which is maybe the direction you want to go into. I will say that if you're gonna be in on the Gearhulk Magma Opus plan, that should probably be your main game plan, and maybe be moving away from these. I'm not of the opinion that Nicol Bolas the Ravager is really a super powerful card, and I'm not of the opinion that you're really that incentivized to play Nicol Bolas the Ravager, and I might shy away from putting that card in my deck. And Sanctifier is nuts against them. I probably would play the 4th Fatal Push too, but over the like 2nd Eliminate, but I'm again not super in tune with the format at the moment. I do like Ashiok, yeah, but I think I would just cut the Bolas and the Kroxa and then be up to like 3 Gear Hulks, 3 Magma Opus, 2 Ashiok as my win conditions. Do I want to Ephemerate the bird? I don't think so. Just kind of some loose thoughts on the format I haven't played in a long time, I guess. Oh, I was worried for a second, but then I remembered we are Magus of the Moon deck. This is actually not really that scary, right? That clip had a cute puppy. Athena? Oh, that was, I mean, that's that cute puppy is currently asleep. But she usually likes to not hang out in the stream room anymore because I used to have this set up in my living room, which is where she likes to spend her days. But now she just like waits for me to get done. Oh, I had to exile my Imperial Recruiter though with my Sanctifier. It's kind of obnoxious. They put Giganta in their hand. Battle of the Companions. Yeah, we did win some games with the Tron stream. I can't remember what the exact record was. It's not the best Kiki-Jiki I've ever cast. I think I'm going to Witness. Back land, I suppose. Yeah, they boarded in Blood Moon. I think my opponent, I mean, obviously we're playing like a brand new deck, and you know, they're definitely like, you know, learning the matchup for the first time, just like we are. Matchup maybe is just good. I mean, we did lose game 1, but I feel like we're probably not favored game 1 and like get very favored in sideboard games. We just have so many ways to tutor up Sanctifier, and we just have 4 Auriok Champions. We ever gonna get another Tron stream? I mean, I've also been dono decked to play Mono Blue Tron like roughly 1 million times. Approximately 1 million times, so maybe. Tyler, 20 months? Welcome back, buddy. Tyler was one of the OGs. Yeah, we lost game 2, which is like, I feel like we're more favored in sideboard games. Maybe I didn't articulate that very well, but I'm thinking that we're more favored in sideboard games. We just, I feel like, happened to win game 1. No, we can't copy these with Kiki. Can make an extra mana for next turn, gain a life. Kiki-Jiki, copy Birds of Paradise. Not the most value I've ever gotten. Alright, it's going to play Yorion, I think. Oh, I should be tapping all the birds because I'm going to untap them, flicker them. I'm gonna leave the Sanctifier in play, I guess. Probably doesn't really matter. Trigger on a stack, copy Yorion. Cannot copy Yorion. Kiki-Jiki can only copy legendary creatures. Or non-legendary creatures. So with a cube, how long do you need to draft and build? An hour? Yeah, drafting probably takes like a little more than an hour. Building probably takes like 10 minutes. Yeah, Naya life gain. Peak modern. We do need to, you know, draw something maybe at some point. Maybe not. It's gonna get in with the Yorion and then the Ewik copies. I'm thinking of brewing a Kethless list with Asma for this weekend. What do I think? It sounds like there's maybe something there, yeah. Sounds like there's maybe something there. Is there a reason to attack with the pro red guy? I mean, the reason would be to get in damage, but we have the inevitability here. You know, we have the inevitability. I don't think that we need to be any kind of rush to close out this game. They'll even deck out way before we do because we have the wherewithal and the foresight to play Yorion. Dude, Sanctifier is so good against this Phoenix deck. Golly. They discard Byforce. Also, I don't. Why would they cut Shattering Spree for Byforce? Shattering Spree is so much better than Byforce, guys. It's like, it's almost just strictly better, right? Is this like the 5th Shattering Spree? But no way, right? This is just like, it's just in a mono red deck, just almost a strictly worse card. Chalice? Shattering Spree also kills Chalice. Shattering Spree also kills Chalice. For like the same cost. Like the first copy gets countered just like the first mana doesn't go through on a Chalice. But it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Yeah, against Chalice, Shattering Spree becomes Byforce. And in every other situation, Shattering Spree is just a better card. Could be maybe a budget thing? No way, right? Shattering Spree can't be, like, worth that much. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, we are a Stoneforge Mystic. They concede. We are a Stoneforge deck, so I mean, not like the craziest card to board in. 2-0? We're currently 6-1 with this deck. Oh, they did see Vial. That's true. That's true, yeah. Oh boy. We have Ragavan on the play. We have a Solitude. We're also playing against Yorion. I think I'm supposed to keep Ragavan on the play. It feels like clickbait to call it Squirrelblade when there's only one Squirrel in the deck. I think that's maybe a valid criticism. My, I guess, like, counterpoint, I suppose, would be that I spent like a week hyping up, hey, I have a new Squirrelblade list that I'm working on. And the idea for the Squirrelblade list is that you get to tutor up Toski with Recruiter. And we do tutor up Toski with Recruiter, I feel, a decent amount of the time. We pitch Eladamri's Call, I think. But like this, I don't know. It could be. I think that's a totally fair criticism. Yorion Humans? Yorion Death and Taxes? I think I'm gonna name Thalia. Could be not good, I don't know. I also like could be playing like an MDFC to Eladamri's Call for a land in spots like this. I don't know. Shouldn't it be Recruiter Blade? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. I think that would probably be a better title, yeah. But I just wanted to call it Squirrelblade since, again, I've been hyping up this deck a bit, you know. And it definitely like is in reference to, of course, like the other Squirrelblade variants I've played in the past. This hand was maybe a little sus in retrospect. And in the, and also the first time we kept the hand. Never mind, hand's good. Have you ever had to shuffle these 80 card decks in paper? No, is it bad? I don't know. Like when I saw Yorion, I didn't think they'd be such a heavy creature deck. Maybe I should have. I was kind of thinking like Niv. Which is maybe also not a good keep. Just a Yorion metagame. Just a Yorion metagame. We won a pretty crazy game the other day. Probably not under any illusions of winning this one. Yeah, let's just go to game 2. So I cut the land destruction package, probably. I think keep the swords the same. Bring in Solitude number 4. Play the second Night of Autumn, maybe? Two knights is probably too many. Could play like just the 3 swords. Swords are probably pretty good in this matchup. Chromus has redeemed Tell a Bad Beat Story. Okay, so last night I'm playing Cube with my friends, and I'm trying to remember. I have 6 mana and I haven't played a land yet. And I could have played a land, but I got very greedy. I had Hull Breacher, Time Twister in my hand, and a land, and I decided to wait to play a land till after the Time Twister. And now I'm thinking about it, that doesn't even really make any sense. But I went Hull Breacher, Time Twister, and then got my Time Twister mana tithe. I could have paid for it and won. It's the only match of the cube I lost last night. My deck was pretty good, I think. Could play right. I'm just gonna play 2 knights, I guess. Nothing really else is jumping out to me. Dick for Days, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate you. Curious about the sponsorship. Did they come in contact with you, or they reached out to me? You can keep this. Just need to hit with Ragavan or draw a land. Did I play the land afterwards? Yeah, of course. Field of Ruin on top. We could like Recruiter for Birds of Paradise. I think I'm gonna Stoneforge and believe a little bit. Let's get actually sort of Hearth and Home. The pro white seems pretty good. Maybe I should not be getting this, but if I draw like a non-white land, we can cast this and start getting through. Wall of Omens is actually very good. Oh man. Man has been getting us. Does playing 80 cards for your end naturally make your mill matchup better? It does, yeah. We could maybe still be playing a sideboard card for mill. I'm not like under the impression that that matchup is like good. Right, land. Not like this. How do we keep the same monkey? Yeah, we have 2 lands this time. We're on the play. I feel like you're supposed to keep this. I feel like you're just supposed to keep this and get a little lucky. But maybe we should have got the birds. And maybe that's also just like only clear in retrospect. But it looks like we're going to be picking up an L here. Well, there's a land. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe, just maybe, we can get out of this. There's 9 cards in their hand, though. It's mentally made. Yeah, this is... I can't remember exactly where this list came from, but there was a list like this that's a very, very light blue splash. Don't think we can afford to ephemerate that. A little unfortunate. We can't afford to. They have path. We have. Yeah. Just drew the land way too late there. 2 and 1. I know that we just got boned from keeping land light hands. This hand does, though, have Solitude Ephemerate. This hand has Wall of Omens. I think we're probably supposed to keep. I know we just got screwed, but I feel like we're not supposed to, like, take that in consideration when keeping the hands, right? But this hand is also a lot better, again, if we have an MDFC to tutor up. Yusharn would be cool. Oh yeah, Yusharn would be cool. Should we be main decking Yusharn? I actually like that suggestion a lot. See, it was a good keep this time because we hit. Don't you harp on how good the London Mull is? Yeah, but I think even in the context of the London Mull, this is a keep. I also harp on, like, not being, you know, still keeping hands that are, like, have a high enough upside, even if they're a bit risky. Like the game, our hand game 1 of that last match was, I think, probably should have been a mulligan. Hand 2 had 2 lands, had turn 1 Ragavan on the play against a deck that wasn't very good at dealing with turn 1 Ragavan. I think you're supposed to keep that. And it's also, I think, not a good idea to run poorly and then all of a sudden, like, start mulliganing hands that you should be keeping. That's, like, you know, a classic blunder. So I'd love to Skyclave this. I guess we're going to go Solitude Ephemerate. We can rebound the Ephemerate on the wall. Maybe I should just be Ephemerating the wall, though. I don't know, 3/2 Lifelinker is probably worth a card, right? And also just having the Solitude in play lets us flicker it down the line. I believe Yusharn says non-land, right? Yeah. So Yusharn's good against the food decks. Is Yusharn good against anything else? Yusharn is also not something you can Recruiter for. You have to Eladamri's Call for it. Was that hand better on the draw or play, since most modern removal was 1 man anyways, better on the draw? Are we talking about the turn 1 Ragavan hand? Because that hand's better on the play. Against, like, the blue-white deck that if they're going to remove it on turn 1, they have to, like, have path. Yusharn stops fetches? No, I don't believe it does. Yusharn says, let me make sure. Players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents. Oh, I see. Can't pay life? That's so, it's weird. It's worded so weird because it does say non-land on the card. But then is the pay life clause separate from the So when I'm reading can't pay life or activate non-land, I just can't tell if the non-land clause is tied to the same thing there. Not sure exactly what we're recruiting for. Probably Charming Prince. I want to get a 2-drop. We could get Stoneforge actually. Let's get Stoneforge. Maybe it should have been Magus. We can Magus next turn, though. Ooh, yeah, Skyclave could have been a good call there. We're dead to Underworld Breach, right? Players can't pay life. Non-land permanents doesn't make sense, so it can't apply to that part. That makes sense, yeah. That makes sense. I just kind of, yeah, it makes sense. Weird though. It's weird that it says non-land on the card, but it also stops fetch lands too. I don't know why they're okay. They do have Underworld Breach. Okay, we're just dead. I don't know why they didn't cast that first. So they're able to now loop through their deck by replaying Mox Amber, untapping Grinding Station, replaying Mox Amber. And eventually they'll be able to cast Thassa's Oracle. Although, wait, hold on. How would they have the mana for Thassa's Oracle because they played their land? Did we just throw that away? Emery? Oh, yeah, so yeah, Emery's going to make mana with multiple Mox Ambers. That's right, thank you. So let's bring Taki, Sanctum Prelate. Probably the Knight of Autumns. Does Teeg do anything against them? Teeg stops their Engineered Explosives. It's probably not enough. Magus is interesting. I feel like I might leave in 1 Magus or Riders. They're probably not that bad against Magus. They don't need to untap Emery. Emery is just a legendary creature that makes their Mox Ambers tap for mana. So they don't need to untap Emery. Maybe cut the Resto. Hearth and Home. Play Feast and Famine over Hearth and Home. Probably want the 4th Solitude. This is tough. Probably trim on Wall of Omens. Can probably trim on. Probably cut the Toski in this matchup. I feel like I like the Giver. Maybe we should be cutting the Giver. It's kind of close. Prelate is not one-sided, so if we name 1, it does turn off our Ephemerates, but we're probably going to name 0 against them, or 2. Ooh, turn 1 Ragavan. It's a pretty good hand. I think I'm going to lead on the Monkey. Can you explain their combo? Yeah, so if you have Underworld Breach in play and Grinding Station and then Mox Amber, you can exile 3 cards from your graveyard to cast Mox Amber with Underworld Breach, and then you can sack that Mox Amber with Grinding Station to mill 3, and then when the Amber enters play, it untaps the Grinding Station. And then that is a loop that's going to mill your library infinitely, and then you're also going to put a Thassa's Oracle in your graveyard, and then when you do that, you can just cast the Thassa's Oracle from Underworld Breach and win the game. So it's kind of a 3-card combo. With some deck building restrictions, but it's cool. Glittering Wish Miracles deck tech. Cool. First note is I really don't like this Tarmogoyf that I'm seeing. Do not like these Tarmogoyfs at all in a deck like this. Oh, we'll chase Daredevil. Too bad we're really far away from casting it. But that would be nuts here. I'm not going to Skyclave the Amber, just going to play Bird. Don't play the Tarmogoyf in this deck. Rely on the Entreat or the sideboard options. So your targets are Omnath, which you're splashing a color just for the Omnath in the sideboard. I'm not sure how worth it that is. Probably not that difficult to do. Blade Man, 12 month. Thank you for your resubscription, buddy. Appreciate you. Have a cookbook. We can just hardcast Solitude here. I feel like the Skyclave's got a lot of value against their permanents. So yeah, I think I'm down to just hardcast Solitude. They can't have Metallic Rebuke here. And then you're also playing black for Vindicate. I feel like they're just like to splash just like the Vindicate and the Omnath doesn't feel worth it. I feel like I'd try to have better mana and just Bant and like just have targets like Coma is maybe a good target. I was actually pretty impressed with it the time we played the deck, even as weird as that sounds. I mean the Teferis and the Vindic and the Teferis are like the obvious ones. Ashiok is good. Let me actually pull up what I had last time. I'm not used to seeing Teferi Time Raveler on the other side of the field, and then no, this is the Absent Glittering Wish deck. Golly. Bring to Light Luris Wish. No, I'm not sure where it is. Oh, I remember seeing a Supreme Verdict, but I feel like Supreme Verdict, Wheel, Sun, and Moon are both also pretty good tutor targets. They bounced my Solitude. It's kind of fine. Am I just going to replay it? Just hardcast Solitude again? Attack Teferi? Seems fine. They only have 2 cards left. Maybe I get a red source so I can cast Kiki if I draw it. Do I need to kill Teferi? I guess I don't. Yeah, you can maybe play Snap. You can maybe just play a couple ops, but don't play Tarmogoyf in that deck. Yeah, I feel like I just don't need to attack Teferi right now. You said cut Tarmo, replace it with 2 interactive spells. Yeah, 2 interactive spells or like 2 ops. 2 ops might be pretty good. Or you could also play the 4th Glittering Wish. Forgot to discard a card so I can cast Asmo. Punt. Get an Amber from Ragavan, that'd be pretty cool. You play a second Teferi. Well, I guess I'm glad I didn't attack the first one. Opponent just loves bouncing Solitude. I guess I'm gonna just Sanctum Prelate here. Do I kill Teferi now? I don't think so. What does Teferi do? Oh, Teferi actually makes mana for Mox Amber. Let's kill it. Yeah, just Sanctum Prelate on 2. Skyclave Mox? I don't think so. I just think this is better. Pretty good draw. I think I'm just gonna cast. Oh, they could have a counter spell like Rebuke, so maybe I just want to cast Skyclave, which I can pay for, and still maybe pitch Solitude to Ephemerate just to get like Asmo from them or something. It's pretty cool how interactive our Naya deck is. We just have so many answers for our opponent's stuff, so many like hate bears. Alright, I'm down. I'm gonna bounce the cookbook, I guess. Yeah, they keep bouncing Solitude, which is weird, I agree. Just can't help myself. Always playing Teferi Time Raveler in every deck on chat. Just can't help myself. So, is it lethal if I Solitude plus Ephemerate? It's... We're 1 short. Is there any way we can make it lethal with, like, Eternal Witness? Eternal Witness, back call. I don't think so. So this is just untap. Birdperson54, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription. Appreciate you. Ewit. Might just... Or did I side out the Magus of the Moon? I think I might have. Oh, I can't cast Eladamri's Call. Oh, no. Sanctum Prelate. Okay, well, it's good to know for game 3. First time having Prelate in play, maybe? No, maybe like the second time. First time naming 2. Game 3 live. Well, the Ragavan and the land tax? Alright, so here, I think we recruited for Avalanche Riders, right? Ooh. Seems pretty good to me. Put them down to just the bridge. Kataki? I think I'd rather do this to not show them I have Kataki in my deck. But Kataki would definitely be good. I'm gonna cast this now and just show my opponent that they can't really win. But, although they maybe should already know that. Wait, are they? No, they go to... No, we have 10, right? We have 10 damage. Or Oof. Do I not have an Oof in my deck? Oh, I don't have Oof because I'm a Stoneforge deck. Should I have an Oof? I feel like I'd rather have Kataki. Kataki's just kind of better right now anyways. And then Oof is awkward in our Vial, Ragavan, Stoneforge deck. But maybe I should have an Oof. Something to think about. Don't play Giver because they're playing Asmo and like Teferi. Let's try to play this Giver of Runes. Maybe I'll kind of Ragavan on the draw. Made sure such a huge hit. Anything you feel like a miss or anything is still waiting for in Future Horizons products? I mean, I never really have like expectations of things I really want. I just mostly want new cool cards, and in that regard, I think Modern Horizons 2 was a big hit. Of course, I feel like Ragavan and Urza Saga were like probably too powerful as written, but ultimately aren't going to be that big a deal. I just keep this. Servings? 8 months, terrifying Naya Blade, yeah. I'm sure that's going to be the title. I think we have to keep this. Oh yeah, Yasharn will be pretty good in this matchup too. Okay, so if we want to try out Yasharn, what are we cutting for the deck for the next league? Oh, sorry, where's the deck? No, don't look at that one. That one's a work in progress. There we go. What about Asmar? Isn't that too good? I don't know. I feel like I just keep beating Asmar. Asmar's really good though. But I feel like I probably would have approved it if it went across my desk, honestly, so hard for me to be too critical of it. Yeah, so what do we cut for Yasharn? It is also like kind of bad that you can't recruit for Yasharn. That's like kind of maybe we just don't play it because of that. But maybe it's good enough. I'm also not sure what we're recruiting or calling for here. Probably just Prelate. We could get Kataki depending on like what they get. Asmar decks without Saga may be more manageable. Yeah, I mean I don't think that they're unmanageable right now. Like I play a lot of sideboard hate for them in like all my decks, and I just maybe I lose some main game 1 games, but I've been beating up on the Asmar decks a lot. I feel. Cut Resto for Yasharn? You could do that. You could cut Resto for Yasharn. I feel like we're supposed to prelate here. Anything else that is jumping out? I might grab Magus if I left the Magus in, but I did cut it, thinking that it wasn't going to be that good against them. Maybe that's wrong. Not the worst draw. Yeah, you can recruit the cat, like, which is why I think you play Felidar Guardian over Resto in this deck. Could maybe name 0 there. I don't know. Got a Hat Redemption. Aether Spellbomb, huh? So we can Ephemerate the Prelate in response to Aether Spellbomb. I mean, if they just do it now, then I'm not just going to recast it. No, I don't think I want to dash. I think I just want to cast. Start making mana instead of sinking mana every single turn. Yeah, which hat do you want, DW? You just want me to choose, or do you have a hat in mind? Prelate on 2 stops Grinding Station and Underworld Breach. Yeah, we also get to leave up Ephemerate to save the Prelate too. The most silly hat. It's gotta be the squid one, I think. It's just gotta be the squid hat. Cookbook. Do I want to play Cookbook? I kind of just want to play Night of Autumn. Kind of just want to play Sword of Feast and Famine. Let's play Sword of Feast and Famine. Although we can maybe get them with it next turn. Okay, we'll play Night of Autumn. Just make a 4/3. Yeah, this is definitely the silliest hat I have. The Headband remembered to see Western. Yeah, I thought I responded, Headband. Did I not respond? But yeah, I'm down. I'm down. So Headband redeemed million channel point life decision yesterday. And then the life decision Headband chose was for me to open a P.O. box for the stream, which is pretty good. Pretty cool suggestion. Yeah, if we go for Sword plus Equip, and then they sack Spellbomb, I think that's like pretty good exchange for us. So I'm gonna set that up soon. Good suggestion, I think. Be full of goat tokens. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what people will send. I'm probably just gonna have the link for it in the Discord. I think I'm just gonna let this happen. Probably gonna keep the link for that just in the Discord for subs, but we'll see. And then maybe some rules about like what is appropriate to send. But I like the idea. And then I've got another life decision for no beats I was gonna do this week, but got pretty swamped. I'll do it next week probably. Alright, Prince Hannah maybe just got shut down by Prelate there. 3-1, maybe you could have played this match better, but what are we currently 7-2 with this deck? It's pretty good. Keep this. Probably gonna lead on turn 1 Vial? Or is Ragavan just too good? No, I think we should Vial. Oh, man, hold on. Let's go. Let's think about it. I mean, Vialing in Ragavan seems pretty cool. Can you send us Place of the Creeping Tar Pits? Yeah, I'll sign Tar Pits. No, it's Ad Nauseam again. Ad Nauseam was the one matchup we lost to last time. It's unfortunate. We could still maybe win. It's not like we have like no game in the matchup. And a bit of a flood here. Profane Tutor. Okay, can I not? I can't suspend this. Okay. Sounds right. I probably shouldn't be able to suspend that. Maybe Kiki-Jiki, but like they're pretty good at stopping the Kiki-Jiki combo anyways. Turn 2, you could have been Dash Rag, use Treasure Play Birds, Violent Rag, end of turn. Yeah, maybe that was better. That was cool. Good line to like keep in mind. Probably dead if they're casting Thoracle, right? Yeah, definitely dead. Guess this matchup's bad. This is the one match up we lost to last time, but we do have cards against it. We've got Sanctum Prelate, Gaddock Teeg, the big ones, and Knight of Autumns are good. Sort of Feast and Famine's better than. I think we'll just play Hearth and Home over Fire Ice, but Feast and Famine's the best sword, probably. Probably just we cut the Solitudes in this matchup, and then maybe the Toski. I'll cut the Resto over Toski, I guess. Anything else like secretly good? I don't think Kataki's good. I don't think Mindcensor. I guess Mindcensor stops Profane Tutor. That's right. That's right. Sideboarding with the Yorion deck always feels a little bit bad. Not in this deck. This deck is like the exception, right? Where you're right, usually sideboarding with Yorion feels bad, but because our deck is full of tutors, Imperial Recruiter, Stoneforge Mystic, Eladamri's Call, every single one of our sideboard cards is a tutor target. And so that way, our sideboard cards are way more impactful than they would usually be in a deck like this. Do I ever set up Batterskull or Kaldra? Yeah, sometimes. If I'm like only going to be aggressive, I'll set up the Skull. If I'm only going to be defensive, I set up the Kaldra. Yeah, so this is would Archon of Ephemerate be good? I feel like I would play the Spirit, the 1/4 instead. I'm not sure. If I draw a land, I think I'm getting Avalanche Riders here. I didn't draw the land. I guess we could just Ephemerate the Recruiter pretty easily. We get Magus. I know that we have. Maybe I should have gone for. I guess I couldn't have gone for basic planes. Thoughts on adding Leading Relic Ward to the sideboard? We have 3 Knight of Autumns. I feel like Knight of Autumns is a bit better. Stoneforge Mystic? What about Stoneforge? We're playing it if that's your question. The full 4 Ephemerates. It's kind of funny. I know Magus of the Moon is like, you know, not hurting us at all, but I kind of like game 1 just showing the Magus that maybe they don't play around like Sanctum Prelate or something, and we have the birds for some mana here. Oh wow, planes. I mean, we're pretty good at getting out underneath Magus. But what am I gonna prelate for? Probably Stoneforge Mystic. Oh, sorry. Recruit for Stoneforge for Feast and Famine for next turn. I could get Teeg. I guess I can't cast Teeg this turn. Could play Ragavan. Ragavan might be good. Let's get Mystic, I think. Next turn we get the Ephemerate, the Recruiter. Why is Kataki War Rage good right now? There's a lot of affinity and food decks and scales decks. A lot of artifacts. Yeah, I bought these this morning. I feel like they were a good buy. Ooh, Slaughter Pact. So I think the plan here is going to be get Avalanche Riders. Or the Bloom's not coming down this turn. So we get Avalanche Riders. Like, if they're just trying to pay with Slaughter Pact, there's a chance they might just not be able to pay. They can pay. Because we didn't draw the land. So if we Avalanche Riders them, and they have, if their hand is exactly... Jeez, I should... Oh, if I have Sanctum Prelate on 1, it turns off all the Ephemerates in my hand too. Oh, that's right. If I blow up Gemstone Mine, they have to pay. It's really smart. Alright, let's do that. No, those say they have Seacrim Coast. It's fine. This is the line. This is the line, I think. And then we can go next turn, Ephemerates. They are just going to pay. We can go Ephemerate Riders, Ephemerate Riders, Ephemerate Riders. Yeah, no worries. I like thought the same thing for a second. Not a big deal. I think this is still a good line. At least the first Ephemerate Riders. Let's see. Cool. We even drew the land to Stoneforge. Hit them with Stoneforge Mystic. Although we could also Ephemerate Recruiter and name Sanctum Prelate on 0. And if to do that, we can't hit them with the Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, I feel like Prelate on 0, like stops Slaughter Pact, stops their Lotus Bloom. That just feels like the most important thing to me right now. And then we just get to blow up all their lands next turn. Why don't we equip Sword of Feast of Famine and swing? Because the Sword of Feast of Famine doesn't untap our Birds of Paradise, so if we do that, we don't have enough mana to take this line. Why not prelate for 5 ad nauseum? Because they can win with Thassa's Oracle, Angel's Grace, Spoils of the Vault. That's how they won game 1. We had 1 tap land though, so we still have 4 available. Well, we had to I wanted to cast the Ephemerate on the Riders first, so we didn't lose that to the Echo, which I feel like that was more important. Oh, I see. Sorry, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, you're right. We could have done it. You're right. Forgot that we tapped that land to the Ephemerate, so that would have untapped. I missed that. I think we're going to be able to still snatch victory here, though. Deck's looking pretty good to me. So 1 or 5. Well, there we named 0 to stop the Lotus Bloom that was on suspend. But usually I think you're going to name 1 with Sanctum Prelate, and then Gaddock Teeg is going to be the card that stops ad nauseum for you. Is this deck actually good or a meme? or a meme deck you like, because it looks. I think this deck's good. I mean, this is only the second league, but like our only loss last time was to Ad Nauseam, where Ad Nauseam seems to be a bad matchup, but we've been kind of just crushing everything with it. It feels like, especially for a Yorion deck, it feels relatively consistent. I feel like this hand's too slow on the draw. It needs some acceleration. Or, I guess, maybe just the natural prelates. But we don't have double whites. Prelate on turn 3 is... We have a lot of looks at a white source. Should I just put back a land? Since... Yeah, I guess I'll just put back... Stomping Ground? Since I have Magus. I need to draw a white source anyways. What am I going to Eladamri? I could Eladamri's Call for, like... Maybe Teeg on turn 2 if I miss my land. I think I maybe would mulligan this on 7, but on 6 I feel like it's a keep. They build a 6. Yeah, this deck has so much redundancy with Eladamri's Call and Tutor. I feel like 3 Tutors is 3 Eladamri's Call is the sweet spot. You could definitely play 4. Okay, we drew the white source. So we're probably going to play Call on turn 2 instead of... This is spin. So I'm going to try to prelate on 0 then. I might try to Magus of the Moon. Although I can't Magus if I don't draw another Plains for next turn though. Well, I guess I'm going to prelate next turn on 0. So I'll Eladamri's Call, maybe like grab Gaddock Teeg. Set up. But prelate on 0 seems good again here. Yeah, maybe turn 4 Magus. It's going to depend on what they do this turn. What do you think about Blue-Red Prowess, but DRC instead of Entity and Luris as a companion? Went pretty well. You could do that. You can also, if you're red-white, you get Clever Lumimancer, which is a really good card. Maybe I actually want Riders because I have the Ephemerate. Riders actually seems a bit better than Magus here for next turn. And then if they're just on Slaughter Pact, they can't Slaughter Pact this either. Spoils. The ballsy spoils of the vaults. Wait, they named Slaughter Pact? They couldn't cast Slaughter Pact. It was on 0. Maybe it was conceding there. That might have been what happened. I actually didn't see what they named, but I just saw Slaughter Pact on the screen there. Well, we beat the matchup we lost to last league. We have back-to-back 4-1s with this deck. So do we want to cut the Restoration Angel for a copy of Yasharn? I feel like that's the cut if we want to add Yasharn. Yasharn seems like a pretty good option.